All right. That's the only problem with this.
Oh, we're live.
We are live. You can let everybody know, by the way.
And I'm already being confused by my lag, so I'm not gonna watch them. But the only thing is, if I guess I can pause it and I won't have to watch.
Oh.
Because otherwise I can't do anything. I already posted notices that we were going to be live around about tonight, so...
Oh. Well, I'm going to actually take what I had here, and I can't share this again.
Share what again?
The link for Moviesucktastic.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I can't find a share button. That's the only thing. That's all right.
If you Twitter it from the live page, it'll go right into the Twitter. Here, I got it.
I wanted to do it from mine. That's all right. You know what? I don't care. Got too much shit happening right now.
Okay. Why is it making me sign in? There we go.
Really? Oh, fucking Lord.
What?
No. I just went to our...
battle. Star Wars, the Old Republic, ready to you.
Oh, what's wrong?
No, nothing.
Ready to you.
Then why are you
clicking the share button and it's...
Then why are you
clicking the share button and it's...
Then why are you
clicking the share button and it's...
Then why are you
clicking the share button and it's...
Then why are you
clicking the share button and it's...
Then why are you
clicking the... Oh, wow, that's just fucking blew my mind. God. Okay. Let's do it live.
Do it live!
All right, here we go.
Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast. It's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic. You can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com, or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
You need to stop whistling because the show is officially live.
About time. Jeez.
Well, sorry. Hey, what are you going to do?
Just sitting here watching stink bugs crawl up the wall.
Oh, really? Getting them already?
Already had them all winter.
I had a few all winter, too. I don't know how they're getting in, but they get in. You know you can't kill them, right?
No, but you can do other things to them.
What, like drown them in your toilet?
I'm not discussing any further in case PETA's listening.
Oh, God. Let's hope they're listening.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the newest episode of Moviesucktastic. This is episode 6666, Highway 66666.
Get your
Episode
kicks on Route 66.
Episode 66 of Moviesucktastic. Coming up on this episode, we're going to be doing a little review of the Cheech Marin film Shrimp, the Shrimp on the Barbie.
You mean Cheech Marin?
Cheech Marin?
Yeah.
Cheech Marin's Shrimp on the Barbie movie.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin, that's what I said. and we'll also be taking a brief look at the top 10 films from last weekend.
That's right.
And we're introducing a new portion of the show called the Moviesucktastic Film Review Haiku.
Yes, I actually was able to get something written for that.
I got a couple down. Little flex the muscles.
I got one. I got one.
I got 5.
I don't have
But
time for
out
more
of
than
5,
one.
out of 5, only 1 or 2 are probably good. So that's how you do that. You crank
I
out a
think
bunch.
mine's more funny than good, to be honest.
I wasn't aiming for serious art.
Oh,
I'll be
okay,
honest. So that's
and you know what? You know how fucking hard it is to find goddamn bongo drums in MP3 form?
I have bongo drums.
I was gonna.
I could have just recorded bongo music for you. I have bongo.
You have a pair of bongo drums?
Yeah, they're over there. They're right over there.
Then you know what you need to do?
What?
You need to play the bongos while we read these fucking things.
I will get that when we take our break. Definitely.
Good. Definitely. Nice.
Problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am the problem solver. Just saying.
Just saying.
But first, welcome
first,
to
Moviesucktastic.
the top 10. Moviesucktastic. Well, yeah, let's just jump right in.
All right.
Hit it.
Yeah. This week on Entertainment Tonight, Cheech Marin. Does Emma Samms really love him?
You can tell by how tight her pants are.
Vernon Wells really naked in that.
Yes.
the
God,
fish
yes.
tank. Oh, lordy lord.
Ah.
All right, I'm going to bring up the top 10. And let's go ahead and do that.
Yay, top 10. Everyone's favorite section.
Here we go. I'll stick you in the top 10.
Sticky, sticky?
Stick you right in there.
All right. I believe
All
you.
right? How am I going to do this now?
So this is the top 10 for the weekend of...
This is going to be... Hold on.
It was in the teens, right?
March 16th through 18th.
I knew it. 16, 17, 18. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, boy. Dr. Roboto over here.
What?
I don't know.
My sound going?
Yeah, already.
What's your problem?
I don't...
Already?
Me,
Don't
this,
start.
On this end, there are no problems.
How am I now?
You are good.
There you go.
Sweet
Quit your
Jesus,
bitching.
man. Next weekend, when we go see Cinematic Titanic, you are taking my headphones.
Oh, fine.
I'm sorry. You're taking it. Because I need to know whether it's the headphones or not.
Right.
All right. Starting from the bottom up, like we always do, the number 10 film is This Means War with 2.1 million. Not going to dwell on this. We're just moving on. Don't need to talk about this again. Fucking Valentine's Day film, 2 spies, 1 chick. Bleh. All right.
Let's just hope it ends with all fatalities. That's it.
The number 9 film is Casa de mi Padre, starring Cheech Marin. Actually, I don't know what this film is at all.
Will Ferrell. That's the Will Ferrell parody film.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
You know what? I would like to see that.
2.2
2.2 million. It's just, I got to give him credit. He's
watch it.
He's
I'm
just he's doing something different.
I wouldn't. I'd watch it. I'm not.
Isn't the entire film completely in Spanish?
That I don't know. I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, got to give him credit.
Yeah. No, I'm not knocking it. It's not like it's Jack Black or anything. I'll see it.
What, like Nacho Libre?
Yeah, exactly. That shit. No, thank you. I know better.
The number 8 film is Journey to the Mysterious Island with 2.3 million.
How much has that made so far? Don't tell me.
94 million.
Oh, it's a kids film. Can't be kids film in 3D. Can't be
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 94 million is good enough. A couple more weeks, 3 weeks, it'll be over 100. You know what's funny? I saw something recently where if you say my cocaine and you just say it in like a normal, like Michael Caine, you've now said Michael Caine is the way Michael Caine would say Michael Caine with his British accent.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. I was supposed to protect you. I failed. Michael Caine.
Do you know if you record Jesus Loves You and play it backwards, it says we smell sausage?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I like sausage.
If you record Bob Loves You and play it backwards, it says we smell Bob.
Really?
So either way you record it, Bob still smells like Bob.
Moving on is the number 7 film, Safe House, with 2.7 million.
Yes.
Still going pretty strong. It's made 120 million so far.
Everyone likes
Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
And even I'll even give it to Ryan Reynolds a little bit, even though I think it is Denzel's raking in the cash.
It's equal.
It's not equal.
Ryan,
equal. This film would have done just as well without Ryan Reynolds, but not the other way around.
Ryan Reynolds
Stop
has a
it.
draw.
That's
has
it.
A draw.
Done. Ryan Reynolds in Safe House alone, he's the only draw, not making 120 million.
I'm saying
that Denzel Washington carries this film alone.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone's tired of Denzel playing the same role over and over again. Ryan's fresh.
I don't think so. $120 million says I don't think so.
$120 million doesn't say shit about that.
If they're really tired of Denzel, doesn't matter if it's Denzel, if it's Ryan Reynolds, or two nobodies.
I can say the exact same thing. 120 million. Well, that proves it was Ryan in there. Otherwise, it would have made less. You can just, I can make shit up too.
Ryan Reynolds' track record does not show that he can support a film like this.
No,
support
he was
a film like this
He's
alone,
starring it, and therefore he's helping draw it in. He is a draw.
You replace Ryan Reynolds with anybody, as long as they deliver a decent performance, Denzel Washington draws them in. Enough. Stop disagreeing with me.
Well, you're wrong. That's all.
I'm rarely wrong, and I'm definitely not this time. The number 6 film is 1,000 Words with 3.6 million. It's made 11 million. I think this is its 3rd week now. Just
if only the screenplay was 1,000 words.
Yeah, but that's not very good. I think you made a post just recently that this is the end of Eddie Murphy being funny.
The tail end. This is the tail end, of him.
I mean, if it wasn't for the Shrek films, no one would care.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see this, but before I see it, I want to see Meet Dave.
Yeah, okay.
Not out of a morbid curiosity to see the decline.
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
I want to see which one actually is funnier than I expect. I have a feeling Meet Dave will actually be funnier than I expect.
Okay.
Wasn't he in another one with a kid after Meet Dave?
What is this countdown on the forums?
What countdown?
Top 10 reasons to stop the top 10. Number 10, it sucks. Number 9, boring. Number 8, no one cares. I actually think Love the Ring here is the only one that doesn't care. I care. And that's all that matters. It stays.
Takes away from the meat of the show. I am the meat of the show. Thank you. Moving on, sir.
So meaty.
Oh, yeah.
The number 5 film is Act of Valor. Less Scott time. Will it never end? Really? We've cut this down to 15 minutes. Can we just get through this?
We'd be done now if you hadn't started arguing with me on my Ryan Reynolds comment. Next.
Hey, next. It's Act of Valor, 3.7 million. It's made 62 million. Like you've said, propaganda.
Moving on.
Move on. The number 4 film is Project X with 4 million. It's made 48. Just a bunch of high school kids.
My favorite Matthew Broderick film.
Yeah, you said that last week, and
it's still true.
It's still not funny. But anyway,
he smokes in that. It's awesome.
He
gives the monkey cigarettes in that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The number 3 film is John Carter with 13.5 million. It's made 53. They just released an article saying that it's due to lose $200 million.
Good. That'll earn you.
No, it won't.
Yes,
it really won't.
How much do you think they'll dump into the Avatar sequel?
Easily the same as the first.
It's not going to have the same draw.
Oh, no. There's no way it could live up to it. Maybe in its first couple of weekends, but there's just no way. I mean, listen, there were people writing on forums, going to the IMDb page, talking about going to the film. Oh, I went to the film. This is my 9th time doing my part. Fuck you, doing your part. Enough. You need to see it 9 times because you feel that it has to be the number one grossing film of all time.
Avatar films are like Republicans. I'm not going further. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say that. That's it. That doesn't need an explanation. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
The number 2 film is Dr. Seuss's The Lorax with 22 million. It's made 158. This film is like the Energizer Bunny right now. It just keeps going.
Well, it's the only kids film out there right now, really animated.
Other than Journey 2, but it is
animated kids film without The Rock.
Yeah, okay. But still, it is the one kids film that has been getting good reviews, whereas Journey 2 is so-so. So, yeah, you're right. It is the only animated. All right. And the number 1 film for this weekend was 21 Jump Street with 36 million in its opening weekend.
You know, the only thing unfunnier than Jonah Hill is
Channing Tatum.
a skinny Jonah Hill. Only thing less funny.
Well, you know what's funny? It's like his body got skinny, but his head kind of looks... It's proportioned weird. I guess it's been so heavy so long. It's kind of like a balloon. Deflated.
Because there's nothing there. God, I hate him.
All right, let's go ahead and do the finger list.
Okay. Right on down. Movies?
Going down from 10 up, we got This Means War, Casa de Mi Padre, Journey 2, Safe House, 1,000 Words, Act of Valor, Project X, John Carter, Dr. Seuss's The Lorax, and 21 Jump Street. Word.
John Carter.
You're going John Carter.
How long is that thing? That's got to be like 2.5 hours long, right?
Not sure.
I can't. It's got to be. I can't sit through. I can't sit.
Well,
that.
here, it's got to be 2 hours.
No,
It is 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Still too long. 21 Jump Street, as dumb as it's going to be with Jonah Hill, I'm sure there's some laughs in there. The Eddie Murphy thing, I don't see myself hating it, but even the Lorax, I can kind of get lost in it for a little bit. But I just see John Carter just becoming a tournament of pain, just an endurance challenge to see how long I can go through it without just like attacking somebody at random in the audience. That's my choice.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think I could sit through that in the theater.
Well, I'm not going to pick John Carter, only because I do think I could sit through that. What I am going to go with, because The Vow is out of the top 10, I don't have to pick that for a 4th straight week. I think I'm going to have to go Journey 2, The Mysterious Island. I just don't think I could deal with that film right now. It's too corny. There's too much rock. There's too much peck flexing. 3D.
I don't mind The Rock.
What's
wrong with The Rock?
I don't hate The Rock. I just don't feel like watching The Rock trying to be funny in this.
Still haven't gotten around to seeing that Rock film where he's the what is it called, Drive or Fast?
Fast? Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tooth Fairy.
No,
Walken.
No, the one where he's like driving fast and killing the people that wronged him.
With Christopher Walken.
Huh?
We have an incoming call for some reason.
Oh, really?
Should we answer this?
Go ahead, shoot.
All right, you're live on the air.
More vomit.
I'm sorry?
Bring more vomit.
More vomit. Are you hearing this, Scott? They want more vomit. No? All right, I'm ending this call. Thank you. We will try to get you more vomit.
Okay.
Okay. I think we lost Scott.
You put me on hold.
You know, I didn't intend on putting you on hold.
Motherfucker put me on hold.
You know what? I thought Skype would allow us to do multiple.
We did before. We've done multiple. Don Smith called in for an episode.
So all I did was click the answer button.
You put me on hold, motherfucker. I will not forget that.
And now there's a fucking delay.
We're delayed now?
We're delayed now.
Well, we screwed up.
How about I disconnect you and you call me right back? Because I'm not going to be able to handle this if we're fucking delayed.
Fine, go ahead.
All right. Call me back, motherfucker. And what I'll do is... Okay, we good?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Don't answer the phone again.
I'm not.
Until we figure that out.
Fucking forget it.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. Didn't miss
Okay.
anything.
Anyway,
That's
your finger list.
your finger list. That's your top 10. Oh, Lord. All right. I just got to... You know what? That fucking call just fucked everything up. It just... You know, that's not the only fucking thing out of sync now. Jesus.
Everything's out of sync now?
Well, no. It's just like me. I'm just setting up how I do things. It's just... Oh, Lordy. Lordy.
The stress has to be amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Incredible. Just like mind-boggling.
Oh, fucking sweet Jesus. All right. This is what I'm going to do.
Here we go.
We're going to go to break.
Break!
Yeah, we're going to go to break.
Break.
And when we come back, see, you know, I need to be better at this. That's what
Better
I
or
need
what?
to-
Now what'd you screw up?
Oh, I didn't screw up anything. It's just...
Oh.
Hold on.
That's right. Get me in a box.
I'm getting fucking A right I am. You know, normally our show is so seamless.
That's right.
I just have to go like ruin everything by, you know, trying to incorporate video and all this shit.
We'll get there. Why? Now, while we're on break, I'll get my bongos for the haiku.
Get your bongos for the haiku. So we're going to go to break.
Right.
When we come out of break, we'll do the movie trailer for the film.
Sure. You found the movie trailer? I couldn't find the movie trailer.
And you know what? I have it paused right now. I hope it doesn't go and try and fucking put in a commercial. But regardless, even if it does, the trailer will start playing. But you've got to see this trailer. Or the trailer is the film, but the guy that does the voiceover, it is not made by whoever made the film. It is some dude pretending to be like a voiceover. And wait, do you see the wacky antics they get into in this film? It's like that kind of shit. So
we'll check it out.
All right, so let's go to break. I'm going to mute you.
As always. If you're not muting me, you're putting me on fucking hold.
Well, what do you want from me?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm muting you. We're going to go to break.
All right.
Everybody, we'll be right back.
Are you home alone tonight? Got no one to cuddle? Urging for some connection? Don't worry, Daddy ain't gonna hurt you. Just tune in Moviesucktastic. Give us a call at 908-514-4470. Tell us what bad movies have been tickling you. Just call after dark. We like it that way.
Nice and easy.
Do it.
All right.
Available on video from Media Home Entertainment. The Shrimp on the Barbie. Australia, the land down under. They gave us the boomerang and that crocodile man. We decided to return the favor.
Yeah, oh, here I come. All right, everybody off your knees.
Cheech Marin is Carlos Munoz. When his struggling Mexican restaurant needs money.
We're ruined. If we don't have $5,000 by next week, the bank gets everything.
You'll be surprised what he'll try. Until he meets Alex Hobart.
If I could just find the right idiot.
But let me get this straight. All I gotta do is tell your old man you and me is getting married and then keep acting like a total idiot, right?
That's it. Be the easiest $5,000 you ever made.
Hey, Mama, what's happening? Turn around, Mama. Come on, whip it around. Man, let me check it out. Whoa!
Fortunately for us,
You play good, babe. I especially like that part where you bend over.
Carlos has the desired effect.
Ow! Isn't he witty? And he's entirely self-educated.
Everything is just ducky until
You're gonna let me marry him?
the worst possible thing happens.
Hey, what about a June wedding, honey? I like June, you know, not too hot, not too cold. What do you think, sweetheart, June?
This isn't funny.
Then things really get wild. Especially when some of Alex's friends joined in the fun.
Well, then I guess it's showtime! Ah!
There was only one thing they hadn't counted on.
Underneath you're just like a regular bloke.
Oh, thank you very much. You're not as stupid as you look either.
Falling in love. The land down under has thrown us under.
Hey, dude, Carlos Munoz. Glad to meet you, Holmes.
Not kid.
Yeah, right back at you.
When Cheech Marin shows him a good day in...
Make sure we get plenty of fresh towels and don't bug us for at least an hour, you know what I mean? I'm coming.
The Shrimp on the Barbie.
Better make that 2 hours, you know? No, slow, baby. Take it off slow. Daddy's coming. Hey, I gave her $1. You think that was too much?
The Shrimp on the Barbie.
So what'd you think?
Isn't that a gold mine of comedic genius right there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you kidding? Holy shit. And it took me a long time to find that fucking trailer.
I couldn't find it. I was looking around this morning, and I could find nothing.
When I can't find something, I'll just do a browser search in the video section and just see what the fuck I hit. That's how I do it sometimes. Couldn't find it anywhere else, and I don't own the fucking thing. And not for anything else, just so everybody knows, you can't fucking get this film.
You don't own this?
No, I don't.
I thought
not even on Laserdisc.
I thought it was on DVD. I thought I saw it on Amazon for DVD.
This is unavailable everywhere.
Really?
This is the third week in a row where we've challenged each other to a film that no one can fucking get.
Well, don't worry, because I'm not going to make that mistake for the fourth time.
Oh, really?
Really.
Okay.
I'm actually going to try to switch gears and go a bit more mainstream, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh.
Now, may I say, first of all,
yes,
that when you have a film in which the director has chosen the moniker Alan Smithy,
yeah,
that's always a bad sign. However, when this same director was happy beyond any, had no problem putting his name on Mannequin.
Yeah.
Yet this he got cold feet over. I think the only other films he directed, and his name is on all of those,
right?
Was a kid in King Arthur's Court, and Mr. Nanny.
Oh, with Hulk Hogan.
With Hulk Hogan, that he had no problem attaching his name to. This film, suddenly a little shy and putting it on the resume.
Yeah. Now, a kid in King Arthur's Court, was that it?
Mm-hmm. A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Now, wasn't the kid in that the one from the American Pie films?
No, that one was a black kid, I believe, if I remember correctly.
No?
Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm thinking this
the kid from the Kid in King Arthur's Court. I believe he was one of the friends in the American Pie films.
I could have sworn it was a black. Maybe I'm thinking about the Whoopi Goldberg one.
There was a Whoopi Goldberg King Arthur film.
Yeah, they every 2 years they do a remake of a Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
A
Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, the original short story by Mark Twain, Samuel L. Clemens. They remake it every 2 years. It's usually a direct-to-TV, and one of them was Whoopi Goldberg. They also did it with Martin Lawrence, but they call it Black Knight. Yeah, same thing. I forget what they call the Whoopi Goldberg one.
Thomas Ian Nicholas, and yes, that is the kid from the American Pie films.
Okay, there you go.
So, I wanted to clarify that.
I was thinking of
he has gone on to do bigger and better things.
Although I'm always
thinking, American Reunion, that's gonna suck.
No, that'd be great. Stop.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But
so that's always a warning sign. And I also had a problem with I have a problem with any film that obviously you're gonna have the title's gonna be mentioned in the film. But when you're screenwriters, and there's 3 on this one, actually take the time for one of the characters in the film to stop and explain the double meaning of the title. you know you're in trouble, because they're really assuming that their audience is not going to be that swift, and they're probably right.
Should we go ahead and play the film in the background?
Sure, why not? I don't think you're missing much by it not having the sound on. The basic premise is Cheech Marin is a loser who leaves East LA to seek his fortune in Australia, as most young Mexicans do.
Well, and one of the things that you notice immediately is and this is usually a warning sign as well, the horrible voiceover, the monologuing, just him talking to his girl back in L.A. and
now
it sounds so bad.
At least they had the common courtesy to work it into the film where what you're hearing is him writing letters to his girlfriend, and once that's done, except for one voiceover after that, you don't hear him do that again. There's no more narration. So,
right, I was going to mention that it does stop about 15 minutes in.
But at that one, but after that, does he that where he says, "Oh, if I fall in love again, just strike me with lightning, God"? That's over voiceover as well, right?
No. He's in front of a mirror. He's like adjusting himself.
That's right. Okay,
He's getting ready to go to work.
No, my mistake.
He's wearing like the whole mariachi costume.
Mariachi, yes. So yeah,
Cheech Marin.
So at least they worked it in as an actual gimmick, and it wasn't just, he's in a voiceover now to explain everything.
Right.
And the first 5 minutes is just all set up anyway. He's talking to the cabbie, explaining the situation. You see you meet his friend, his roommate with the kangaroo.
Right.
Right. So in the first 5 minutes,
Kevin, and
so,
the kangaroo was his name was Gus.
Gus.
Yeah.
And so the first 5 minutes of the film, we see Cheech Marin in a Crocodile Dundee outfit. He says "Shrimp on the Barbie."
Yes,
and
he
gets
does.
punched out by a kangaroo.
All within the first 5 minutes.
We pretty much squeeze the Australian essence into the first 5 minutes of the film, because what follows is your typical fish out of water, poor guy, rich girl, rich family story, romantic comedy.
Right.
There's nothing. It's almost as if they took the whole film. I have a theory that the film was originally written for East LA as a Cheech Marin film, and then they got the money for it by trying to hop onto the bandwagon of the whole Paul Hogan Australian thing and dumping it in Australia.
Right.
That's my theory.
That's your theory?
Yeah, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
But so Carlos is a down on his luck Mexican waiter in Australia, and
yes. Well, he goes out there with high ambition to.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't go to Australia with high ambitions? I remember when I went to Australia, and I thought I was going to take over the world.
Did you go to Australia?
No.
Okay. He goes out to Australia. Yes, I know somebody did say Ishtar already in the chat. I'm trying to do two things at once here. Sorry.
What, you're playing Ishtar?
No, somebody asked what film we were playing during the Oscar broadcast.
That was it. Yes.
And I'm just like, doing two things at once. I'm typing and talking to you.
I'm sorry. I'll answer the chat room stuff.
You want to do that? All right.
Yeah. I'm not playing the video, so I'll just have that in the background.
So I know you did say that. I love the ring. I apologize. All right. Anyway, no, he goes out there to make his fortune and send off for the love of his life, Maria, which could that be the most overused name for a Spanish woman in film ever?
Well, the wind calls Maria.
Yes.
The wind cries Maria. Does the wind cry Maria or call Maria? I think it cries Maria. No, cries Mary. The wind
cries Mary. Yeah,
wind cries Mary. But the question is, how do you solve a problem like Maria? The answer is you don't. She dumps you.
Yeah.
And
or she has your gang and their gang get into fights.
And I love how they throw little things in there. Is my best friend too? What was his best friend's name? It was a cool name.
Poquillo or something like that.
Yeah, like his best friend steals her, which happens later on in the film. Otherwise, so so the pool we're picking ideas out from here is rather shallow for our screenwriters. So working at the Mexican restaurant, a rich family, of course, decides to have a birthday party for their rich old white father at a
Mexican restaurant.
In lower class, sparsely populated Mexican restaurant. That's the first place I would take them.
Well, and I just don't understand what they were thinking with that. Aren't they from the area? Wouldn't they know that?
Yeah, and then I guess they figured they're often because the guy there, the owner, was it Ron? Ron. I was right.
Right.
He knew them by the first name. So.
Oh yeah, he's like, the Hobarts, and it was like this could really make the restaurant.
And they must have brought their father there for a birthday party because he hates fried beans, as they mentioned. So I can see why that's the first place you'd want to go.
Right, and they said make sure you don't put the cake next to refried beans, and that's exactly what he does anyway. Even though in the scene he says, "Oh, you need to move over,"
but then it never comes up again.
No.
It's like a setup for a joke, and it's weird because it's like, oh, here's the setup for the joke. The joke is, oh, the fridge was too cold and the cake is frozen now.
Right,
why would you switch gears on a joke like that? You got to set up for the refried beans. They actually do an inside shot. You got to figure it takes time to build a refrigerator with the back open, so you can film him putting in the cake next to the refried beans, and he has to even lift it in sideways. They're going through trouble to set up this joke, and then the joke becomes, oh, the cake's frozen. How do we do the thought? And we forget about the refried beans.
Well, what about the joke that they tried to set up for? It's now frozen. And Cheech Marin, he says, let's put it in the microwave. And one of the cooks says, isn't the icing going to melt? And the answer to that is, yes, it will. And he says, oh, it'll heat from the inside out. That joke doesn't go anywhere either. And he brings out the cake, and it's in flawless, perfect condition. So it's like, wow, that actually worked.
Well,
but it's like you could feel that there was potentially a joke in there that they didn't go into.
And it would have been so much funnier if when the piñata falls and exsplodes the cake, that it was like molten hot filling that hit them, and it was run screaming. She's now disfigured for life. That would have been funny.
It would have been funny,
right? So of course, what's going on at the table at the time is that you find out that the stuck-up rich white girl, I guess Australian girl, but still white. She's
British.
Same thing. It's still white. Still Anglo. It's still Anglo-European Caucasian.
Okay.
But
they make it a point they make it a point for everyone to know that her family is Australian. Like her father, during one scene, his sister, the one that Cheech Marin punches.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, you must forgive him. He's Australian." Like they make it a point to say that we're British, they're Australian. We just happen to live here.
Okay.
I'm just.
Well, I think they just have to explain the accents away since they're not talking funny.
Well, the father has a British accent. The daughter has a British accent.
That's what I'm saying. But he's not talking like a funny Australian, so you have to explain that. That's why they bring it up.
Well, yeah.
Because otherwise, the audience be confused. How?
Yeah. Here's the scene. He's like, "Okay, move over, Beans. I was specifically told not to have you next to Beans, and here we go anyway."
And it never comes up. But maybe they're holding out for the sequel. I don't know. But the rich girl Alex, she wants to marry this loser soccer playing jock, and he's a complete waste, and the father doesn't like him. So she tries to buy out Alex, and Alex says, "I'll tell you what. Then no complaints from you. I'm going to marry the next person I come across," and it turns out to be Cheech Marin, Carlos.
Right.
And the setup really doesn't make much sense. There's no hard sell. I mean, it's not like he's bound to agree with. I mean, it's like a gentleman's bet,
right?
But with no handshaking. And it just really, it's an excuse to set the plot in motion, is what it is. Are you with me on that? Or
I am with you on that. I'm answering a question. They actually wanted to know the second film that I was playing, the one with all the nudity and man-eating vaginas.
We're talking about Shrimp on the Barbie here. Thank you very much.
Well, hey, I'm just audience asking questions. We have to answer them.
Well, I guess we do. So, but am I missing something about the setup there? That's basically the gist.
No, that's it. She wants to marry, circuitry man, and she knows the father's going to disapprove, so she hires Cheech Marin to be an asshole, so that the father says, "You know what? That other guy, he's all right. And this guy's a real douche," and it backfires.
Well, and it's a typical story. First of all, it's again, poor guy, minority class, goes into a rich family, becomes is like shocking and abusive, or shocks the system of the upper class. But they don't really play it out well enough, and the father takes a liking to him way too quickly.
Well, isn't this just The Weekend?
But still, I mean,
doesn't the film only take place over maybe a long weekend, like a three-day week?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a short week, that kind of thing.
Because they specifically say that the restaurant's going to go under in a week.
Right.
So you know this is happening in less than 7 days. And then from what I understand,
they set that up. And then
because
they go,
her cousin says, "Oh, I'm here. You know what?
Because the wedding's scheduled in a week. That's why.
Well, right? No, there's no wedding scheduled.
Well, he's coming back in a week, and then they're going to make the announcement.
But that's not a scheduled wedding. But anyway,
they mentioned the schedule. Don't start with me on this.
Stop.
By
the way, this is my favorite line in the film right here during this commercial.
What?
What is this? 4X beer?
4X beer? Oh.
4X beer. Get it out of her pants and in your face. Favorite line in the whole movie.
Actually, I think my favorite line...
Because it makes no fucking sense.
Well, and that's the level.
At what point is that beer in her pants?
Well, if she's... I don't know. If she's carrying it... I think in the context of the commercial, she had it in her pocket or something. I'm not saying it makes sense.
Maybe they're alluding to the fact that if you get her shit-faced enough, she'll put it in your face.
Yeah, I think that's the subtle thing they're getting at there. Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, that is the basic setup of the film.
Now, the rich girl, of course, is played by what's her name? Emma Sams.
Emma Sams,
who
Dynasty, General Hospital fame, and there are scenes in the film where you can tell that she comes from a soap opera background.
Also,
especially during the slideshow.
Her best friend is Carol Davis.
Right.
And between the two of them, I've never seen pants so tight ever worn an individual.
And you're complaining?
I'm not complaining per se. It was just mind-boggling. I think they actually made pants that tight. How do they get them into them? How do they get them out? Both are good questions. It was extremely tight pants. There's that one scene where they're hanging the birthday banner at the end. I was like, my God, those are tight pants.
Yeah, and yellow.
Yeah.
Tight yellow pants.
Those are very, very tight. It
Poor
hurts.
Circulation.
Yeah.
Poor circulation.
Hurting my circulation. Those are tight pants.
Very tight pants.
Yes. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry. Yeah. Now Cheech Marin goes through the whole film. He spends half the time doing his old Cheech routine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Born in East L.A. Pretty much any film he did during the 80s where he had a lead.
And the problem is the only thing that really saves this film from being excruciating is that no matter how bad the film is,
right,
you have to laugh every now and then because Cheech is so likable. He has such a great personality. Like, and the routine, everyone loves the routine. That's why his career lasted as long as it did. And so when he's going up the stairs and the maid and he's like, "Hey, Mamacita, oh, that's fine. Walk away, bitch. I make you wait next time. There you go. You'll be on your hands and knees saying, please, Carlos, me next." It's funny.
It is, and I wonder how much of that is actually ad-libbed by him, because you know it's not all scripted.
Well, and I wouldn't say ad-libbed as much as I'd guarantee that he worked on the script with them at that point, where they're like, okay, how are we going to do this scene because this is your material?
That's a big fucking microwave, too. It fit a whole cake.
Yeah, barely.
No, there was room in that fucking thing.
It was 1992. I don't think it spun.
You don't think it was a spinning microwave?
I don't think it was
Even
a spinning.
though that's been around since the 70s? But okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, sir. I'm not debating you on microwave technology now.
You should.
They do heat from the inside out.
They heat from the inside out.
And they also poison your food.
And icing doesn't melt.
Right. Also, do you notice the bathroom when they go to the bathroom in the Mexican restaurant?
Oh yeah, where the owner Ron comes in.
Yeah, perfect sign of a low budget film. When they're in the bathroom, what does it look like to you? It looks like a different part of the room with like drapes over the walls.
Oh yeah, it just looks like they rearranged it. Sure.
Later on, after the whole incident, when they're sitting around the table depressed, you can see the part of the room that they were using as the bathroom.
Oh really? I missed that.
And the drapes are actually crumpled up, sitting in the back. It's like, oh wait, look at that! I recognize those drapes. It's just what, and that mansion. So this is in Australia. This is what billionaires live in, mansion-wise. They walk in that front foyer.
Yeah,
it's like my living room's bigger than that. What the hell?
That's only the 1/10 of the house.
It's like the outside
so much bigger.
It's like they found this great huge house. And they're like, okay, but we can't film inside. So if anybody's got a house we can film in,
Right.
and so, they really like they kept most of the inside shots like small rooms and hallways. They never really got a scope of the house because obviously they couldn't film inside the big house.
Yeah, they filmed outside on the grounds for most of the movie. There was very few scenes in the house.
Right, and what they were very closed in, except maybe the dining room sequence.
I wouldn't be surprised if they reused like the bathroom scene. If they reused rooms, they just rearranged them.
Oh no, definitely. Oh no,
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, one hallway for 3 hallways, just like Circuitry Man with the never-ending parking garage. Yeah. I'm sure they went to a lot of locations for that. And my favorite thing about the mansion, though,
what's that?
It was nice to see Sloth from the Goonies make a cameo as the butler.
Jeeves.
Yeah.
Well, his name was Edison, but
Right.
he just kept calling him Jeeves anyway.
And was that not Sloth?
That is not Sloth.
I had to look it up. That's how close he looks to Sloth. I actually looked it up.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was, and not only did Sloth in there, two members of the Road Warrior cast.
I thought there was more than that.
Well, at least 2. I noticed 2. Do you notice more than that? It was Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells and Bruce Spence.
Right. Those are the 2 I recognized.
Right. Obviously they're immediate. Immediate. Well, actually, you know what?
What? Don't give me silence. No.
No. I think that you know what? I think you are right. I think that it is just those are the only 2. I mean, if we really picked it apart, bone dry, we might have found somebody else involved.
How many actors are there in Australia?
Maybe not actors. Maybe crew.
Walk-on, or you might even have like walk-ons of people that. Oh yeah, I was one of the guys in the background. That's possible. It's Australia. They have like 20 actors between it, the whole country.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why they got Paul Hogan back eventually.
They got him back.
I think so.
Doesn't he have financial problems right now? Isn't he being sued?
I don't know. I'm out of. I signed off of the Paul Hogan fan club after 1994 because it got repetitive after that. They kept trying to sell you copies of Almost an Angel.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's one where he comes back, right? And his real life wife.
Don't ruin the twist ending. There's a twist ending to that film. Don't ruin it.
What?
Almost an Angel.
You don't know that he comes back?
But you don't know that he's
in the beginning?
You're ruining it. There's a twist.
There is a twist?
There's a twist, sir.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you remember all right.
I don't.
Ruining
I remember
a great
it
film
fucking
like that.
blows.
Well, the great thing too is this film is obviously trying to capture the whole Australian, fever that overtook entertainment industry.
Right.
By 1990, it's already on the way out. The Jocko TV show is come and gone. You remember Jocko?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're probably the only 2. Oi! The Foster's beer Australian for beer commercials, those were already on the way out. People were getting tired of that sight gag.
The false ones, Foster's Australian for shit-faced.
Yeah, there you go.
So
they're by the time this comes out, everyone's done with it already.
Yeah, the fake funny accent, or not the fake, the funny accents, Shrimp on a Barbie.
I don't think they're all fake.
I didn't mean fake. We don't have any listeners in Australia. At least that's not what the bandwidth tells me. We do have a few I could see in New Zealand, but they hate it when you call them Australian and vice versa.
The film was filmed on both locations, in New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, okay. So they used some New Zealand locations. New Zealand, of course, is the rich man's Australia.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, and Australia is the poor man's Australia.
Yeah.
There's no poor man's New Zealand.
No. Well.
No.
Well,
no.
Maybe where that earthquake was.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so.
And of course,
at one point in the film.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, the whole point is that eventually the father starts falling for Carlos, and the girl falls for Carlos,
which he falls for him very quickly, just like she does.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
basically, they go on a road trip to go see Bruce, played by Vernon Wells.
Bruce.
And the entire road trip down, not that they hate each other, but at that point, there is no attraction between the two of them anywhere in the film. There isn't.
No. Well, even
zero.
The best part, they get lost in the forest. They hate each other. Then she helps them make a fire, and you come back like an hour later, and they're giggling and running and buddying up. So what? Gathering firewood apparently is like the greatest way to just the biggest aphrodisiac, or
apparently.
I must point out that Carlos does not get into the tight pants of either of the two women.
Correct.
Or not even the cousin who likes the horses.
Correct. Yeah, nobody has sex in this movie yet. Well, that's not true. Vernon Wells, Bruce, does cheat on her with her girlfriend, her best friend. But as far as Carlos and her, nope, they don't. See,
it's a PG-13
right.
film. And Cheech Marin's not.
You can get away with a lot in a PG-13 film.
I didn't
My point being is,
there, but go ahead.
In this day and age, even 22 years ago when this movie came out,
yes,
you don't fucking.
Yes.
You don't know if you love someone, and I'm sorry, sex is a big part of how or when you know you love somebody. There's a physical attraction, and then there is an emotional attraction. What? Well, what is this now?
Are we getting into like sex ed 101 here?
Yes, we are. Briefly, because I'm sorry, you have to try before you buy. Can I give you the way I feel?
Can I give you a rational explanation as to why the film's the way it is with that? Because Cheech Marin's the last person you want to involve in a sex scene.
I'm not saying that they
Do
to.
Do you want to see Cheech Marin making out with her? No.
Well, they do for one part, and you could tell that mustache is very whiskery and very itchy.
No one wants to see that, and he's allowed to wear a mustache with no beard. I have to add to my list now. I've always said you're not allowed to have a mustache without a beard unless you're from the 70s or gay. And I have to add to it, Mexican. Mexicans are allowed to get away with that.
What about Indians? They rock the mustache. They may not look good in them.
No.
What else do they got going for them?
They're not allowed.
They're not allowed either?
Gays, Mexicans, and 70s. And porn stars.
Porn stars.
Or any
70s porn stars.
Any combination of the four. Yes.
Yeah, he is looking a little sloth-like.
So a gay Mexican porn star is definitely allowed to have a mustache, no beard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, you're right. They fall together. They fall together real quick, and then of course at the same time, while they're stranded in the woods, Bruce is hitting on her friend, and they get together and they have the naked thing in the. They have that striptease, which is just like okay, it's a PG-13 film.
Oh yeah, where she's like ba-da-da-da-da.
Even I'm getting bored. All right.
Yeah,
move on. All right, I get it.
And he's just like, oh, yeah, take it off, yeah.
This,
and then, just a week before, I'm hearing him go, head rush. He's like ripping some guy's limbs off.
And it's not
like,
funny
what happened?
at any level. It's just...
It was made the same year. I have a feeling that Circuitry Man, he was... I don't want to say he was in shape, but he was much thinner in Circuitry Man. So I don't know if he did this, lost a bunch of weight, and then did Circuitry Man, or the other way around.
Maybe it's just bulkier clothing.
Bulkier clothing. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But, well, anyway, they go on this road trip to go see Bruce, and that is where he ends up cheating on her with her best friend.
Right.
And where else can you go other than the fact that she catches him cheating on him because the father sends out a photographer?
Yeah, too much
to spy on him.
The last half hour of the film, there's too much going on. Like it goes from like dull to all of a sudden there's like 3 plot lines going, and now there's intrigue, and what's she gonna do? And then it all of a sudden it gets complicated. It's a really simple comedy. Then all of a sudden the father's having photos taken. And who's the guy with the camera as Cheech Marin's getting his ass kicked?
Yeah.
And then all the reveals are the build-up's too big. The reveals are like the minute they give him the spare tire, the guy at the side of the road,
right.
They give him, it's okay. So how long do they have a flat? Now I know it's not supposed to be a big surprise, but the whole film's like that. The setups, except for things like the fried beans where they never follow through with the setup, the setups are coming a mile away, and the only thing holding the film together is Cheech Marin's personality.
Right.
And the only problem with that is every 10 minutes you wonder to yourself, could we at least have Tommy Chong do a walk-on so he has someone to play off of? Because
this was during a time where Tommy Chong and Cheech Marin, they weren't like friends anymore.
Right.
I think there were problems, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why they... Because Tommy Chong didn't really branch off and do much until he started doing things like that 70s show.
Yeah.
And that show made him popular enough to get him thrown in jail for selling
the bongs.
pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never read into it, but all I can assume is that after a while, I think Cheech Marin had the idea of, you know what, I need to branch off and do my own career, and Tommy Chong was probably along the lines of, this is working. What are you talking about? That's a guess. I haven't read anything about it. I never got too much into it. I just...
Yeah.
But this film really does make you want to go back and watch Nice Dreams or something like that.
Or Still Smoking.
Yeah, Up in Smoke.
Hell, I'll even watch the Corsican Brothers.
I don't know if I go that far.
Oh, I'd watch the Corsican Brothers. Fucking A. Especially that whole opening where they're the twins as babies. I don't know. It's something about...
Is Still Smoking the one where they're in like Europe and they make the E.T. movie, The Extra Testicle? I want to say yes. That's the only... I don't think I cared for that one. I need to go back to Nice Dreams or Up in Smoke. That's your high.
Oh yeah,
right
those
there.
are your classics.
Yeah,
sure.
Stacy Keach, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the one thing I will say is when Cheech Marin is doing his obnoxious Latino routine amongst the rich people,
right?
Paul Rodriguez does it 10 times better in The Whoopee Boys.
Oh, does he?
My personal opinion, he does it good. But like when Cheech Marin's there and they're playing tennis, he's like, "Where's my bat?" It's like, it's funny, and it's only funny because Cheech is saying it. If anybody else had said it, it's funny. But even then, that scene feels kind of like the beginning of Bachelor Party, where he's hanging out with his rich soon-to-be in-laws.
Right.
It still has the same feel. A lot of that feels lifted from other movies, and Cheech pulls it off okay, but he doesn't really. It's like you can always see there's like it looks like an act. The way he purposely does it so it seems like it's an act.
Right.
When Paul Rodriguez does it in The Whoopee Boys, it just comes off as just being detestable, and it's great. It's hilarious. I have a soft spot in my heart for that film, as bad as it is.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh, I could quote like whole sections of that film. I used to watch it over and over again. Yeah, Paul Rodriguez and what's his name, the guy from Caddyshack. Those two were just great in it. It's like one of my favorite like 80s comedies, and it got a lot of other like comedians in there too.
Guy from Caddyshack.
Yeah, he was the co-star. It was the guy from Caddyshack, wasn't it? Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up now.
Fine, go ahead, do that. But there are a lot of people in that. But for the most part, the real thing that falls apart with The Shrimp on the Barbie, despite the fact it's a low-budget film and it doesn't really belong in Australia, is the fact it's nothing more than your typical...
Gotcha. Michael O'Keefe. I know who you mean now.
Michael O'Keefe, there you go.
Yeah, he played Danny.
Right.
How would you like to mow my lawn? Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy.
The Shrimp on the Barbie is really just your typical fish out of water, poor guy, rich family, romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to offer. And even though they put it in the Australian locale, they don't play off of it enough.
No, they really don't.
Right.
I mean,
what are you
going to do? That's the way they went with it.
Yeah. And do you have anything else to add about the movie? I mean,
no, I got zip.
Yeah, there wasn't much. And again,
there really isn't anything.
And this is why I really don't care to do comedies too much on the show. I'm not complaining that you brought it up. This is
we did like sci-fi 3 weeks in a row.
No, you're right. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's one reason is because when it comes to the comedies, apart from saying that wasn't funny, there's really not too much to add to it.
I mean, we're only at an hour into the show. I think a little less, just from the opening from us.
Which means this is a perfect time to bring up the new segment of the show,
which is
the Moviesucktastic Film Review Haiku.
Now for anyone that doesn't know what a haiku is,
would
you like to explain it to them?
If you're a third grader and you haven't learned fully how to write, haikus. Haikus. No, haikus. They teach you haikus like in kindergarten.
Do they really teach haiku in kindergarten? Because I don't remember hearing about haiku in kindergarten.
You cannot know poetry and still know what a haiku is. Haiku is the easy...
Listen, I know what it was. I'm just giving an excuse to everyone listening out there that may not know what it is. We got a lot of people in foreign countries, too.
They have haikus in foreign countries.
I know they do.
They might call it something different, accent, but... All right, I'll explain it.
All right, just explain it very quickly.
Haiku, I don't have the history of the haiku in front of me, But what a haiku
Japanese.
is, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese.
Japanese born.
Right. Well, I don't know. Born it had Japanese.
No, I'm pretty sure they invented it.
Well, they might. I don't know if they invented poetry.
The fucking word haiku is Japanese.
That doesn't mean they invented it. It means they named it. But I don't know because I don't have the history in front of me. Anyway,
whatever. Go ahead.
I believe it's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And a haiku is a simple format of 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. That's the art of it. And then it's just.
And then what is it? 17 words or less? Or up to 17?
I don't know if there's a word limit. There's a syllable limit. It's 5, 7, and 5.
5, 7, and 5.
Has to be 5, 7, and 5.
Okay.
Does your haiku fall within that standard?
I don't know.
Okay, count the syllables real quick. Now, I was going to request you.
You know what? Yeah, no, it does.
Okay.
It does.
I was going to request ahead of time that we had some kind of music to play over it, but at your request, I'll just play my bongos.
Just get it closer to the mic, though.
Oh, yeah, closer to the mic? Well, then I can't. I'm like playing it here then. How's that?
That's good. Got to be able to hear it. Now, since I only have
you
one...
want to hear it. I thought I was just going to like hold them.
I will refrain from answering you back.
So, do you want to go first, sir?
I only have one, so I don't know if you want to read like maybe 2 or 3, and then I'll do mine, and then you'll do your last 1 or 2.
Sure, and I only did 5 because I was getting the feel for it.
5?
I've got 5. Again,
I know when we talked about it earlier, you said, yeah, we should do 4 or 5 a week. And I'm like, I got a phone call about tuna fish yesterday. And, yeah, that ain't happening.
Well, I mean,
I might be able to get you 1 or 2.
Okay.
But my plate's a little full right now.
But they don't have to be about the film we're reviewing. It can be any film.
Okay.
That broadens it up.
No, that's fine.
But for this one, it's just.
I think we should do 1 about the film we're reviewing, and then
Okay.
any others that we want to do.
Yeah, we do add some on. But for this one, just to get it started, all of the film review haikus are going to be on the Shrimp of the Barbie. The shrimp on the Barbie. Say it for me. Say it for me.
The Shrimp on the Barbie.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right, here's Moviesucktastic's first ever film review haiku. First one, haiku 1.
Haiku 1.
Frozen birthday cakes and a boxing kangaroo. Chong couldn't save this. Okay? All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Film haiku review for Shrimp on the Barbie. Number 2.
Okay.
Never asked to see Vernon Wells naked waist down. Thanks a lot for that. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah.
Number 3. Aussie Latinos. I gotta start again. Ready?
Okay.
Aussie Latinos. No switchblade boomerang jokes. I feel so cheated.
Okay. You want me to do mine?
Yes, do yours.
All right. Haiku.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah, number 4. I'm going to do this in an Australian accent, too, by the way.
That works.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
The Barbie is cold. There is no shrimp. Emma Samms could never love you. You're Mexican.
So you got 5, 7, and 5 out of that?
What?
That felt like more than 5, 7, and 5.
Is it?
I don't know. I wasn't counting. Okay, that's cool.
I need a word with 7 syllables.
No. You don't. Never mind. It's fine. It was good. I like that. Actually, read it one more time. I want to hear it again.
All right. The Barbie is cold. There is no shrimp. Emma Samms could never love you. I don't know why I sound like JFK all of a sudden. You're Mexican.
Even if it does not adhere to strict haiku form, it's still good. I like that one.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Let me switch around here.
That's my very first haiku.
Ready? I've got to. I don't do this a lot either. Let me just say that. Poetry is not my bag, man. Okay. Scott-tastic movie haiku review for Shrimp on the Barbie number 4.
It's 5, actually.
It's
your 4th.
My 4th.
Okay.
Mine number 4. Mine.
Go ahead.
You already had your mine number 4.
I said mine was number 4. It don't matter. It was just 4th one we did.
Okay, this is number 5 then. 5.
Go for it.
Ready?
I'm ready.
You'll need to be closer for this. Ready? The Shrimp on the Barbie haiku, number 5. Cheech goes down under to prove you can go no lower than Spy Kids 3D. And finally, ready for the big one?
I'm ready.
And more. This is the last one. Extremely tight pants. Emma Samms. Carol Davis. Where was Cheech again?
I like that one. I think I like that one the most.
Really? Okay, I'm glad I signed.
I think it had a lot to do with the bongos, just like the timing of it.
And this was,
You know?
once again, this was Moviesucktastic Haiku Review. Dig it? I do.
Beautiful.
Should try, maybe we'll branch in like some Moviesucktastic film review beat poetry instead, because the bongos are more a beat poetry kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
Yours actually, that's why I liked yours, because now that I think about it, because yours didn't really have that haiku feel. Yours felt more like the beat poetry.
Yeah.
I really liked yours, but on a beat poet level. So
Okay.
maybe we can get rid of the haiku part if we want and go with just beat.
Just do beat poetry?
That's possible. I like that little beat. It's a little less
We
restrictive.
can still do the haikus. We can throw those in when we got them.
But the beat's a little less restrictive. It gets you more freedom there. I've seen the best minds of my generation. Watch Avatar.
All right, so where do we go from here? You want to give me my movie challenge?
Where do we go from here? There's a song that goes that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of it though.
Okay.
I can't think of it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I have to challenge you now.
You have to challenge me.
All right, now, obviously, and I'm going to say this obviously, it has to do with Australia.
I kind of was expecting it.
It's gotta. Now,
I don't know what you have in mind, but I just it's.
Here's my first instinct.
There's a smorgasbord of things you could challenge me to. I know that.
My first instinct was, okay, the film opens with a plane. I'm giving them snakes on a plane, because we have not reviewed that yet. But there were no snakes in the film, and I really couldn't make that stick without a snake as well.
Okay.
All right. And then it was
kangaroos, though.
I'm tired of these motherfucking kangaroos on this mother. It doesn't work.
You didn't challenge me to Kangaroo Jack, did you?
No.
Please get that out of the...
That was close.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was close. Now, there's also an Elliot Gould film with a boxing kangaroo that I almost challenged you to. But
because I figured, it would be 2 comedies in a row, and I know how you feel about doing the comedy.
Yeah, now the Elliot Gould film with the boxing kangaroo, that's more like a 70s comedy, and that's when that period where comedies didn't have to be funny.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure about the availability of that, and I didn't have time to check it out, so I took a pass on that.
All right, thank you.
Next option was Yahoo Serious.
Oh, boy.
I kind of like Young Einstein, so I didn't want to use that. There's also this bizarre film he did called Mr. Accident.
Mr. Accident.
And I came so close to giving it to you, but it's another comedy.
Okay.
And
I think, isn't that all Yahoo Series did were comedies?
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to give you is also a comedy, but it's a bit less wacky. And Mr. Accident is a very wacky Yahoo comedy.
Okay.
Wackier than Young Einstein. That should
really.
Right, yeah. And it's available for a future review, I think. So.
Okay.
But I want to get us back. We just did 3 films in a row that aren't available to our average listeners, which kind of sucks if you want to listen and play the game. So,
yeah.
Also,
excuse me. Like Shrimp on a Barbie. Can't get it anywhere.
Right, and no one who remembers the film. I vaguely remembered it when you mentioned it.
Oh, this was a... what's also funny about the last 3 films? The last 3 films we've done, can't fucking get anywhere. All 3 were Cinemax specials.
And... The first two obscure films you can't get anywhere, haven't been anywhere for like 20 years, and you and I both guessed them.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously the first one was Highway to Hell, then you challenged me to Circuitry Man, and then I challenged you to Shrimp on a Barbie.
And that's beautiful if we're only recording the podcast for ourselves.
Yeah.
So we need to broaden our audience.
All right, so I need to see if I can guess this thing, huh?
So you're going to be able to guess it. It's easy. Just think Australia and think mainstream.
Australia and mainstream.
This is an easy one.
And it's a comedy.
Romantic comedy.
Romantic comedy.
You want a hint?
Yeah, please.
This is going to be a double header, too.
A doubleheader.
Remember when I made you watch Xanadu and Can't Stop the Music in one hit?
So what you're giving me, I have to watch 2 flicks.
Giving you 2 films.
So are they the sequel? The film and then the sequel? Oh, shit. All right, give me a hint.
You don't know.
Oh, that's the hint.
That's the hint.
The fact that it has a sequel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rusty tonight, but off the top of my head, I can't think of an Australian film with a sequel.
Really? Okay.
Oh, Crocodile Dundee and Crocodile Dundee 2.
Thank you very much. You were scaring me there. I got worried.
Okay. All right.
I thought
just all of a sudden, it just hit me.
I thought the upper respiratory thing you had earlier bothered you. I thought,
You know, I'll tell you what. Crocodile Dundee, I always liked that as a kid.
All right. Okay.
And I liked the second one more because it was more serious.
Okay.
And they spend practically the whole fucking film in Australia where they should.
Right. I will give you the same thing. I liked the films as a kid too. I also, looking back, think the second one was better without having seen them recently. However, having sat through Crocodile Dundee a year or two ago, the first one, as an adult and as a film buff.
Yes.
A film buff.
Watching
Crocodile Dundee now, it is a horrible film. It is poorly scripted. It is slapped together. It's really just a montage of funny scenes with Paul Hogan. It's a movie.
Do you want to do... You know there is a third film. You know that, right?
Yes, I do. But I don't know if that was in the theaters, though. I think that was...
No, I think it was.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah. I think they made a big deal about that. Oh, yeah. This had a premiere April 18th, 2001.
Really?
And then it opened April 20th, 2001.
I can't make you watch all 3, so let's just go back to just the first one then.
Well, you know what? I've seen the first one recently, like very recently. It was on cable probably a month ago. So that's actually pretty fresh in my head.
Okay.
So maybe I'll watch the second and the third and maybe just kind of catch up on the first.
I'm not promising I'm watching all 3. That was
because I've never seen the third film.
I never heard of the third film.
It's Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I saw it when I was doing my research just to make sure. But no, I'm not watching all 3. I don't think.
No, okay.
But
all right, then we won't promise everyone that'll happen.
We'll definitely do 1, and if we both get time to watch 2 and take notes, we'll do that, and we'll see what happens with 3.
Okay. Lordy Lord.
I got to come up with some Crocodile Dundee beat poetry.
Well, yeah.
Crocodile. That's not a knife.
Now that's a knife. You know what, then?
Yes.
I'm going to have, for next week's episode, I will have some old Shrimp on the Barbie commercials.
There you go.
Obviously, Paul Hogan.
Yes.
I will find the video footage of this lawsuit that's apparently happening right now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure
all of that good stuff.
It'll be we can even just make it a Paul Hogan retrospective, too, if you want to start digging out almost an angel.
Hey, we can dig in how he was cheating on his wife with that Linda Krakowski or whatever, and he left his wife of God knows how many years for her when he did Crocodile Dundee.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Now, he's been with her for a very long time.
Well, he's a faithful cheater.
Yeah.
He's a faithful cheater.
He cheats, and then he's faithful. And...
He's a faithful adulterer. And, if you're going to have an adulterer, at least have a faithful one. That's,
Yeah.
It's only fair.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at our stream here.
Mm-hmm.
It says we're streaming at 30 frames per second, and it actually has a little thing underneath with a checkbox that says perfect streaming.
Perfect?
It says perfect.
Perfect?
You know why?
Why?
Because you ain't watching the fucking stream.
That's right. I'm not allowed to watch my
as tempted as you might be.
I'm not allowed to watch my own show. That's what it's come down to.
You can watch it as soon as we're done.
Right,
it'll post to the servers in like 5 minutes.
So I have no idea what you're doing while we're recording the show at all. That's it. I have to take your.
I'm on the left pane. You're on the right pane with the.
You don't have to tell me. The people that are listening don't give a shit. I'm just
saying. You saying you don't know what's going on. It's that simple.
I'm saying I'm powerless. Powerless. When it comes
we
to
have
what
voicemail.
Oh, we do.
We have three actually.
Okay.
See, and I don't know if you're going to be able to hear them. I would imagine because
if I turn on the streaming, I can hear them.
Hold on a second. Let's see. If you turn on the streaming, you can hear them. So maybe. Well, here, hold on. Let me do this.
I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna listen to the streaming. So you go ahead and take over for a minute while you're doing that, okay? I'm going silent.
Sure.
I'm going silent.
Well, no. I want to see if you can hear it when I play it.
Oh, okay, fine.
But I don't think you will. Here, let me know if you can hear this.
You have.
Uh-huh. Did you hear that at all?
No.
Okay. So go ahead and mute yourself.
I'm muting myself.
I'm going to play the first voicemail.
And another thing.
What? What? Okay. Here we go. Here's the first voicemail. And here it is.
You have.
You have lots of laughing, bubbly teenage girl, possibly? I'm not sure. All right. Second voicemail.
You have 7 days, Scott Wilson and Joey. I don't know your last name. You have 7 days.
You have 7 days, Scott Wilson, and pause for someone to give my name to them. Joey, I don't know your last name. All right, and the last voicemail. Note that both of those did not leave their names, so they're anonymous. This is the last one.
Hey, y'all. Chessie LaRue here. I just have a couple things I wanted to say to y'all. Number
Chessie
one,
LaRue.
more vomit, okay? Because those are like the best episodes ever. If we could get Scott to vomit all the time, we'd all love that a lot. Okay, number two, do not leave up that stupid top 10 list. Y'all need to stop that, okay? That's bad. And finally, y'all are going to hell. I watched that Serbian film, and all I got to say is y'all are going to hell. Bye now.
Okay. We'll wait for Scott to catch up. I think there's like a 5-second delay. But no more top 10. But then there's no more finger list. And I can't live without the finger list. I'm waiting on Scott. How much of a delay do you got, motherfucker? No, the top 10 isn't going anywhere. We're going to keep that.
I stopped short because I have a large delay on my streaming. But I overheard. Apparently, I have 7 days to live, and I should be vomiting more.
You should be vomiting more.
Yes.
Did you hear the second one from? I think it's Checky LaRue.
That would be Chesty LaRue.
Chesty LaRue.
Chesty LaRue. Yes.
Sorry about that.
I believe that's a Scottish actress.
She sounded very country.
Well, you know the southern part of
the southern part,
Scotland. Yeah. What was the other part? I missed the second part.
She said we should get rid of the top 10.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay, we should get rid of the top 10. That's because it's bad.
Bad.
And we should have more of you vomiting, and that we're all going to hell for because she said she watched the Serbian film, and we're all going to hell. So does that mean that because she watched the Serbian film?
No, we made her watch. Apparently,
we made her watch.
She watched it because of us. It's our fault. So for corrupting her, we're going to go to hell. I'm all for that. I think that's justified. The vomiting thing, I don't know if I can handle that anymore. I actually did listen to that episode, and now you told me recently, and I got to ask you this. You told me recently that we just got another spike in. Oh, I'm still streaming. I got to pause that.
Yeah, I was not going to say anything because it looks terrible, and you're out of sync.
Am I better now?
Not yet. It's going to have to catch up.
I will speak slow then.
Slow. Yes, we had another spike. It was the Oscar episode.
That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of.
Where you are vomiting continuously. It's the last 20 minutes. So, I mean, obviously, I implore you to download that episode. I think it is a good episode. Despite what Scott thinks about, lots of silence in parts. And again, I went with a fine-tooth comb and edited that because I knew the type of show that it was because we were watching the Oscars and commenting on it. So,
my favorite part has to be I kept saying I love you, which I do normally, and then when I said and then when you said I love you, I said prove it.
Prove it. And then I told you were cut off, and you go, "You do love me. You do care."
Yeah,
about me.
and I gotta beat to pick with you because when you listen to that part, you say you're cut off. That's all fine and dandy, but you go back one Oscar earlier, and you forced me to take both my shots. You go back one Oscar, and Joey's like, "Oh, you have another one. Come on, get a second one going."
Well, you had
you switched.
You dropped a whole shot of vodka all over my floor.
So you only cut me off when I started damaging property
because you were getting sloppy.
The minute your property became at risk, suddenly I was cut off.
Yeah.
So the fact that it saved my life was only incidental because it saved your carpet. That's as long as that's what's important. Son of a bitch! He actually made me do my last shot. Before you cut me off.
Because it saved my carpet.
Before you cut me off.
No. So listen. There are always listen, hold on. Let me explain myself. There are always indicators of when someone has had too much to drink. Sometimes it's because they're vomiting uncontrollably.
Incoherency didn't.
Sometimes it's come on. We that's what we were doing. We were doing shots for the show.
I know.
When you went on a violent rampage about how Steve Jobs can go fuck himself from the grave.
Which I would have done sober.
I'm sure of it. But I mentioned a few times during the podcast about maybe not filling up the shot glasses before we were ready to do shots, but only filling them up when we actually lost the category. And me giving you a coaster at one point, saying, "Oh, you don't have a coaster? Here, let me give you a coaster." And then slamming your fist into my desk several times, mind you, throughout the show.
It's a sturdy desk.
It's a very sturdy desk. But you actually punched the shot glass, which is the only reason why it fell off. And it just went, it was all over my shirt. I didn't realize it. It's like you actually got a lot of it on me too. And my pants. Pants, because the next day I wore the same pants, and I'm like, something smells awfully chocolatey and sweet, but vodka ish as well. Like, what's going on? And then I realized it was like this white, like powdery stuff from the vodka that dried up on my pants.
All I have to say is, before you cut me off, you forced me to drink a shot. That's all I have to say. You forced me to have a shot, and then it's like, well, now I'm cutting you off. After you forced me to drink. Now,
listen, you were yelling at me not more than maybe 5 minutes ago. Fill it up to the Wildwood. All right, here you go. I was doing you a favor. I was filling up maybe 3/4, and you're like, no, motherfucker.
I didn't want to
fill that shit up more.
I didn't want to cheat. I didn't want to look like I was, wimpy or anything.
Listen, I was looking out for you a long time before you realized it, so don't tell me.
And you didn't take as many shots as you said either. If you go through and count it, you took less.
I think I said I did 16, but I think I actually did only 15. So 12?
Go through and count 12.
According to the sheet, which I still have. I have both of them.
Yeah, you skipped a couple.
I did not. I watched the video. Don't believe me.
Listening to the last 20 minutes.
5,
listening
10,
to it
14,
made me
15. I did 15 shots. Don't give me that shit.
Listening to it.
6 shots less than you.
The last 20 minutes, Joey.
Which is where all the fireworks are.
Listening to it made me feel drunk. Literally,
Really?
I'm listening to it, and when I talked after, I'm talking in a slur after I listen to it. It's like I'm getting drunk just listening to myself, and I still taste the vomit because I had that. What did I have? I had the grilled Reuben for lunch. Was it it was either the grilled Reuben or the what's the other one?
No, it was the Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo. I had the Monte Cristo for lunch.
Yes.
So what was coming out? It tasted like confetti. It was all.
It looked like confetti.
It was like thin slivers.
On the way out.
I can still taste it on my tongue. Because getting those last few out.
Because at one point you hear it, but in the video you see it. You're vomiting into the garbage pail, and I just walk by and go, "Oh my!" Because in the video, you actually see me look down into the pail
Mm-hmm.
and then walk over. I went to go get you tissues, and I just said, "Oh my!" And there's another part. You hear it in the audio, but you see it in the video where I touch the bottom of the pail to kind of like sturdy it on you. I'm like, "Wow, the bottom of this thing is really hot." So
I just like my favorite part is you off camera is like, there's so much vodka. There's so much vodka on my carpet.
so much fun.
Could have been worse. Could have been so much vomit. So that's
so much cum.
So, but my concern is that's the big download. That's the one everyone's downloading.
That one was downloaded in one day.
In one day,
1,600 times. Not on the scale of Serbian film, but a Serbian film's runtime was somewhere in the range of 2 hours and like 35, 40 minutes. This was a 3-hour show.
Now, I hate to think that after all the time and effort we put into the show, the only reason we're getting a lot of downloads now is because people are tweeting each other saying, dude, listen to this. This guy vomits so much.
And you know what? If we really wanted to market ourselves more, that's what we should be doing.
I'd like to think I bring more to the table than
and you do. But everybody needs that 15 minutes that makes you famous.
I have yet
that draws people in every week after.
We have video, and I have yet to review it.
Yeah. Before I post it, you got to see it. I can't.
Do I look that bad?
I can't do it unless you see it.
That means yes.
I showed my wife, but she couldn't listen to you vomit because she probably would have vomited.
Right.
And I showed one of our very close friends, and that was it. Bujna.
If I'm sure he...
And here's my impression of Bujna watching the video of you.
I could have guessed that.
There you go.
Yeah, I will review the video, and if I feel it's not too horribly humiliating, maybe we'll do a video of it on YouTube and see how much traffic that brings to the show.
We could technically post the whole video. We've got so many hits or so many views on YouTube. They've actually allowed us. We could post up to a 12-hour video if we wanted.
I'm there.
And only channels that have hundreds of thousands of views can get that, and we actually have that.
I'll just film myself eating an orange then.
And we might get 7 views for it.
7.
If we link it,
you haven't seen how I eat an orange, sir.
Oh, okay, maybe 8.
Yeah, that's 2 hours right there.
2 hours.
It's a good orange.
Eat an orange. No kidding.
No juice left.
Nice and pulpy.
I think we're at the end of the show.
Yeah, I think so. But just to go back to the Oscar show real quick, I've been toying with the idea of we have the 3-hour show, but just taking the 20 minutes from when you first start vomiting to the end of the show and making that its own kind of like mini podcast. Because you know how sometimes I have the podcast and then I have an outtake?
Yes.
Making that its own thing.
You have my permission to do that.
Yeah?
Yes, you do. As
right,
long as you make sure that the funny bits are in there.
Well, it's the whole 20 minutes. It's the last 20 minutes of the show.
Yeah, but, if you get rid of any, if you trim it down so it's almost just like a montage of the funniest bits and just call it Scott's Drunk Tape, I'm cool with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, maybe I'll do that. It'll take a little more time than to just, cut the last 20.
I'm in no hurry.
Oh, here's the ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. As a matter of fact, there's a silhouette of her getting undressed, and I think you see full frontal.
Almost. They just barely get away with it.
Or is she in her bra?
Yeah. No, she's not in her bra.
So I can't end the show until I actually see it. So, so
to the end,
all right.
Fast forward to the end because I want the end title song as for our end music.
All right.
I won't be able to hear it, but I'll know it's there. Mañana. Mañana is good enough for me. Mañana. Mañana.
There you go.
Mañana's good enough for me. Yeah.
So silhouette-y.
Mañana. Mañana. The love theme from Shrimp on the Barbie. Mañana. Mañana.
Let's see if we can sync this up.
Mañana's good enough for me. The rap version of it.
Here we go.
Mañana, good enough for me. You got it going yet, sir?
All right, I'm at the scene where
Dancing. Everybody's dancing.
he's at the airport.
No, yeah, get beyond that.
No. It's the very next,
Right, but you get past the
very
talking.
next scene.
When the minute the credits start rolling, it's there. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is. Mañana. Mañana.
Here we go. All right.
Mañana is good enough for me. Singing out of that.
Yeah, because then she also takes him out in the back and she says, "Oh, I have a surprise for you."
And it's
her cousin.
Yeah. And that scene reminded me of the bachelor. We call it the party crashers, the wedding
crashers.
Yeah, that whole thing of like the sister or whatever falling for him. Obviously, they didn't steal it from him because the film was made 10, 12 years before.
Well,
I'm just saying it reminded me of that. Although, I think the funniest part of the film is when she has to brush her hair and she starts going. That was inspired. That I actually liked.
Excuse me. I still got a little bit of what I had last week, but it's almost gone. All right.
This has been Moviesucktastic number 66, Sign of the Beast minus 600 or 6, depending on which way you're going. We have just been reviewing Cheech Marin's last gasp of the 80s romantic comedy, The Shrimp On The Barbie. Joey, where else can we go to listen to more of these Moviesucktastic episodes?
Well, you can go to our website. First of all, you can download all of our shows there.
And what is the name of that website, sir?
It is Moviesucktastic.com.
And?
BadMovieDay.com.
Whichever you have less trouble spelling.
Or you can go to Moviesucktastic.net. I got them all.
Oh, we have net too?
We have, fuck yeah.
Oh, good. And if we get holes in the net, we can have Mitt Romney fill them for us.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Where else can we listen to Moviesucktastic, sir?
You can go to iTunes.
iTunes?
And again, I did not fucking bring up the 1-star review we had on iTunes.
We will get to that, sir.
You know what? We'll get to that next week because I've got a bone to pick with the fucking written word of this review.
But Joey, can I listen?
Yeah.
Can I listen to Moviesucktastic on Zazzle? On Zune?
On Zazzle? No, you can't listen on Zazzle.
How about Zune?
You can buy our shirts and our merchandise from Zazzle, though. You can listen on Zoom. You can listen on Stitcher if you have a Stitcher-enabled device.
Podcast Pickle, I hear, also plays them.
Podcast Pickle?
And Podcast Pup?
Podcast Pup. And
what about Mevio?
Definitely Mevio.
Dare I ask about Palaver?
Palaver has been shut down.
Oh, no! I guess we'll have to go to Podcast Pickle then.
Apparently no one was going to Palaver. It's been shut down.
I wonder why. Maybe because we weren't there. If you want to, I'll stop reading off the cue cards here. If you want to check out our movie reviews, go to our Moviesucktastic site, and on our review section, it'll take you to lunch.com where we have a community.
That's right.
I just posted our official review for Shrimp on the Barbie there.
Oh, I have to read that.
And it's also on our blog, which bootreviews.blogspot.com. And as always, if you want to see what the hell this guy's doing, go to For this guy, if you want to see what this guy's doing, go to smichaelwilson.com and check it out. Because there's nothing up there this week, but I'm still doing stuff.
As always.
Yeah, as always. Other than that, you can buy my books on Amazon. Do a search for it. Ask Michael Wilson. And everything else we're doing is accessible via Moviesucktastic.
That's right.
And if you happen,
you can leave us voicemail.
Oh, yeah.
We did get some voicemails this week.
But they threatened us and asked me to vomit more. So I don't know if I want to concur.
Yeah, they say we have 7 days to live. So
could be true.
I don't like hearing that, even if it's not true.
Well, no, yeah, I agree, but
you know, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470.
Please feel free to do so. And
absolutely.
Also, if you happen to be in the area of New Jersey, you can go to the White Rabbit Tattoo Parlor, correct?
If you want to go get a fucking kick-ass tattoo,
yes,
you can go to the Rabbit's Den.
Oh, the Rabbit's Den. Okay.
In Milltown, New Jersey.
Milltown. It is a White Rabbit.
The address,
right?
What?
It's a White Rabbit, though, right?
There's white rabbits sometimes, yeah. Gray rabbits, crazy rabbits.
The Rabbit's Den Tattoo Parlor in Milltown.
Rabbit's Den Tattoo Parlor in Milltown, New Jersey.
Yes.
And the address is 120 Main Street. And I promise to have the phone number next week so that you can actually call and make an appointment so that you can meet two of the most kicking artists around. I mean, truly talented. Tom, the owner, he was actually doing some logos for our MST logo.
Oh.
And just freestyling it. Just, you know.
On your arm? Just he was doing it?
No, not on my arm. Just on a piece of paper.
Now.
And it's just like, every single one looked fucking awesome. And he's just like, here, what do you think of this?
For a limited time
only.
He
did one that has a UFO. He did one that was like a Jurassic Park type font. Fucking cool.
For a limited time only, if you go to the Rabbit's Den and mention Moviesucktastic, you will get 50% off a photorealistic tattoo of Gary Coleman.
You won't, but you can always
try them. Maybe they'll do it.
You could always go there anyway, and then actually pay for a real kicking tattoo. So.
And if you mention us, you know you'll look cool because name dropping Moviesucktastic is how to look cool. Yeah. That and smoking that makes you look cool too.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Only if you want to be popular. I mean, other than that, it's a yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still on the Manana song?
We're actually in the soft music now.
Oh, okay. Well, this is
so that means we've exceeded our regular theme music and have moved into the soft part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've probably gone an extra 6 minutes.
So as you listen to the love theme from Moviesucktastic, this is Scott Wilson. S. Michael Wilson to those of you in the literary world. My words of wisdom for this week would be, if you're taking an elevator and you push the button for the elevator to come, step the fuck away from the door.
You did this last week.
Did I?
You did this last week.
I really did? The elevator?
Yes. And then you went on a rant about how you're saving people's children by not hitting them with your car.
Damn right. I want an apology every time. Strike. My words of wisdom for this week are... it's the first days of spring, so you want to mow your lawn.
You do?
Yes, you know.
I ain't mowing my lawn for another month.
I get bitched about people waiting for me to hold the door open for them when I'm leaving a restaurant, and there's two doors, and they both have open on them sign, and they're both swing this way. They both go like this, and I'm in one side, and I'm leaving, and they're coming in, and they won't wait for the door, and then they say thank you, which is nice, and I want to say you're welcome, and instead I'm like, there's two doors! So I look like a dick. But Jesus Christ, everybody's trying to squeeze in the one door. There's two doors. It's a wide area. It's not like that Applebee's we went to where everything's like funneled into a 4-foot section. Big doors, big handles on them. You can open them real easy. And everybody's waiting for me to hold